You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the man before you're out.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Diecast review. Normally, a promo diecast would be very boring, but not today. This is the Charlotte Motor Speedway 2022, meaning this is the next-gen Toyota Camry. First ever one released to the public, right? We've had a couple diecasts that have been shown by Eric Estep, by Lionel, had a couple, little teaser images. But this is the real deal. This is the first one ever produced. Now, I'm not too sure if this is going to be the exact one, and I say that because this is only a promo. Meaning it's a fairly plain diecast, but the mold, almost said the body, I was going to say body and mold. The mold is still there. But, like, for example, there's no name on the banners or anything. There's no banners at all. So we don't know what the banners look like just yet. We don't know if they look good on a 164 or not. And if you're curious, yes, of course, we're going to be comparing it to a 2021 Toyota Camry. Now, if you do not know where to purchase this diecast, I will leave a link in the description at the very top, just in case. But just a fair warning, these diecasts have sold out pretty quickly, but at the same time, the Coke 600 is going to be like next week, so you can pick it up there if you're going. I would personally wait because I've paid, it was like $32 just for 2 of these. Now, I think the normal price was $12 for a promo car, by the way, and that should have been $24, but with all the taxes, the shipping, the handling, all that stuff, it turned out to be like $32. So I would just wait, if you are going to the Coke 600, wait until you are at the track. Or you could turn out very financially unstable, just like yours truly. But anyway, yeah, this is the first 2022 diecast we've gotten so far. Again, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be the exact one. People are saying it will be, people are saying it won't be. But personally, I believe the windows will be different. I believe there's going to be grooves or some type of different print. Maybe we might have some more detail to the actual car itself. We don't really know too sure as of right now, because again, this is just a promo, but I do know, because I've taken this thing apart already. Not this one, I got 2 of them, if you didn't see the diecast haul. I got 2 of these. One I already kind of, busted open, and it is an EL mold, which is weird. So I don't know if this is actually going to be the legitimate mold or not, because they've done away with the WLS and the PTC. All of that is gone, thank goodness. So this is the correct quality. Now again, I don't really know too sure how many changes there will be. I don't know if this will be the exact one. I'm hoping there's going to be a small bit of changes. I heard they're changing the spoiler a little bit, but I don't know if that's really true or not. Personally, I don't see anything too wrong with the spoiler. It might be just a tad bit too big, but I'm okay with it. So without further ado, let's actually go ahead and get into the diecast review and see what we have in store for the brand new Gen 7 promo car. Here's the diecast out of the box, and first glance, it looks really, really bulky, and I'm not really too sure how I feel about that, but at the same time, when you compare it to a diecast, it doesn't look too different. Yeah, it's just slightly a little bit taller, but I mean, other than that, there's not a huge difference, so that is kind of surprising. We'll get into the diecast comparison here very soon, don't get me wrong. We will get into the diecast first. Now, here's kind of the weird thing. You guys know the whole number placement. Yeah, that does not count on this car, so we don't even know what the number placement will look like on actual diecast as well. Now, I will say there is a custom already in the works. I got the decals printed out. I hope I got it sized right. I'm not really too sure. I had a very difficult time trying to size every single piece to this car, just because it's kind of a odd shape, I guess. The back end's very different. The front's a little bit different. The car height is a little bit different as well with that brand new side skirt. So it's kind of hard to tell what goes where, but we are trying to figure that out as we speak. So hopefully I can kind of get that right here soon so I can get some good customs going for you guys. So let's go ahead and kick this off. Oh, I got my charger plugged in. Oops, I'm going to unplug that so I can get a little bit of a better... There we go. Now, on the hood, of course, we got the Coke 600 Charlotte, USA. I've been there one time. I was in attendance for the 2021 edition, and it was a pretty decent race. Kyle Larson dominated that race, and we actually just got the diecast not too long ago. Again, there's the windshield, nothing there. Now, there is a little bit of a slight difference. Well, yeah, a little bit of a slight difference on the front here. it looks like the steering wheel is a little more outwards, like it's a little more pushed back to the driver. And I looked on the interior already because I took one apart, and the gear shifter has moved also. It's moved towards like the side of the seat, so it's kind of weird. And then you got the dashboard here, which looks pretty similar, but I mean, it's just the details a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same layout nonetheless. Again, nothing on the banners or the windows or anything, no banners. I got the 22 right there, very weird looking 22 on my dad. Got a white background. You can see all the stuff on the back because, you know, it's a white base car, and normally they don't do very good on making those cars. Got Charlotte Motor Speedway right there. Now look at the curve of this spoiler. Look at that. It is so like rounded. It looks really good. But again, here's the height of the new spoiler. So I don't know if they're going to shave it down. I don't know if they're going to raise it up a little bit. I don't know if they're going to put a different, like a clear tip on it. I don't know if they're going to decal it differently. I'm not too sure, but I heard that they're going to be changing the actual spoiler. Like, I don't know if they're going to change like the back end, but they might change the spoiler. So I'm not really too sure. It could happen or it could not. But this is the closest we're going to get for a little bit amount of time. Got a little bit of the rivets up there, which is kind of interesting, to be honest. Got the Camry, America's Home for Racing. Got Charlotte right there. Of course, you got the stars across the back. Got Toyota. Now I got this new type of decaling system here. It's like a weird kind of back bumper, and you can get these little like grooves as well. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But it's got some weird type of like back bumper look to it. So I don't really know. It's a brand new decal that's on the templates too. Got Coke 600, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's see, www.gospeedway.com, May 29th, 2022. Which is the scheduled date of the race. Got Toyota right there. Got the 22. Now, here's kind of an interesting part. You can kind of see the side skirt here. There's actually a little notch taken out of the front. So I thought that was a little interesting there. You can see this little notch taken out. Oh, also, on the hood, everything, as far as I know, will be decaled. So this right here, this is actually indented. But as far as like any type of vents go, or any type of, you know, ventilation or, you know, just whatever on the hood, that will be decaled. That will not be molded in as far to my knowledge. So, you know, that's pretty good for customs. I got the brand new tires. We can compare that here in a little bit. Got Goodyear K&N Sunoco. Got a front end that looks, you know, a familiar face. And then we got a big old splitter down here, which is not very familiar on the Camrys. I haven't said Camry in a long time. The Camry diecast. So let's actually go ahead and take a little side by side here to see what we're really getting into. Now we got to take a look at the different wheels, the undercarriage, just the body in general. It's a big difference from Gen 6. So first things first, here's kind of the side glance at it. So it looks like the window is a little bit different. Looks like it's a little more narrowed towards the front, I would say. Now the big difference in terms of what we haven't had on a Camry in a long time is the actual splitter and spoiler. So you can see on the bell here, for 2021, no spoiler. For 2022, big spoiler. Splitter, I'm sorry. The spoiler back here, very little. Now, on the spoiler back here, very tall. So that is a major difference already. Now, these roof rails are huge compared to last year as well. Now, here are the tires. You remember the Goodyear tires there from 2021. And then here are the 2022 tires. So they are definitely different. Somebody said they reused the Gen 6 tires, which is incorrect. As you can see here, they are a brand new mold. So it's pretty interesting. I kind of like how these kind of little promo cars turned out. It's not really too bad. You can see the front here is pretty much the same. If I can keep my camera to stay bright, that would be nice. Now, it does look like these little side intakes are a little smaller. And fun fact, on the actual templates, you have to like assemble the front end yourself. It's really weird. I had to put that in place and put that in place. I don't know. It was all kinds of weird. But yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it. You see the side skirt is pretty much a guarantee. Like that little black spot there, that's part of the car. Technically, it's not really part of the paint scheme or the diecast. As you can see there, that's a big difference. And here's the back end. Very big difference. The Camry last year was flat. Now this one is very, you know, it's more smooth. It's more rounded. Looks pretty good. You can see the spoiler difference there. Very, very big difference. And here is one of the biggest differences of these cars so far anyway. Let's take a look at the underneath. So here is the old style. You know, not bad. Got a lot of detail. And then with the new one, look at that. There is nothing. Nothing at all. And I do want to mention this little rivet here. there's supposed to be 5 little spokes here, or 7, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, but they had you kind of cut that one out because of the little rivet there. So that's a little interesting thing to kind of point out. The rivets are in the same place, and if you look at where the indentions are on the skirt, it kind of rounds out to the front and wraps around the wheel. It reminds me of an open wheel or like an F1 car. It really does. It's got that weird kind of scoop to it right there in the front, and then you kind of got the little, like, the narrow patch. So it's very awkward, and there's a lot more text underneath. Now you can see EL on the bottom. That is the EL mold. Same for this one here. It says EL right there on the very bottom. So this is the best version we are going to get. Toyota trademarks used with permission. You even got Lionel Racing, made in China, on the bottom. So yeah, it's a pretty big difference from what we got a couple years back, or last year actually. Now again, for the banners, we don't really know too much about those just yet. I don't know if they're decaled or they're actually molded. I would assume that the 124s are molded and the 164s are just a decal, because if you guys remember, there is like that kind of vent in the actual like split between the manufacturer logo and the driver name right there in the front. So I don't know if that's going to be a decal. I don't know if that's going to be actually molded into the 124s. I'm not too sure. But again, I'm pretty sure, if anything, the 164s will be decaled. They will not be actually molded out, at least according to this little mold here. With that being said, I do believe that's all we got to show for the brand new next gen diecast. So once again, Gen 7 is officially here. It's going to be very fun to work with some of those molds. I'm going to try to have a all-out diecast. I'm going to try to make a decaled, and they're going to turn that into like a race version and see what I can make with that. Now I'm going to do the Coke 600 paint scheme, actually, from Kyle Busch. Hopefully it's a very simple paint scheme. It looks pretty simple, but the front end is kind of hard to wrap because I think the blue M&M does not match up very good, so I don't know if that's a template. I don't know if that's me, but eventually I'll find out here very soon. But once again, with that being said, that'll be all for this diecast review, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.